Hello everyone, my name is Yuhyun Park. I'm the founder of DQ Institute. Thank you for your interest to join DQ Every Child, a global education and research movement to empower every child with digital intelligence. I started Infolution Zero, a not-for-profit initiative in 2008 from Silicon Valley. The initiative is initially aimed to protect our children from any harmful side effect of digital technology. Why I started? Because I'm also a mother. I have two children, 8 and 10 years old, Isaac and Kate. Because I see that Infolution is not about somebody else's problem. It is my children's problem, it's your children's problem, it's a generation problem. So we have to work together to tackle this issue, to protect our children and help them thrive in the digital world. So I worked in Korea and US and Singapore to understand what would be the best solution to protect our children from this infolution. Shall we unplug internet connection from our children or take away the devices from our children? Which cannot be the solution because now internet is everywhere. Now Internet of Things has started. Virtual reality, augmented realities are the real reality for our children. Digital skill is one of the most important skills that our children need to have for getting their job in their future. So our children are in a very weird predicament situation. They need to learn digital skills, but at the same time, they're left alone in digital world without much protection from cyber risk and infolution. I believe the most important thing is to empower our children to become an independent, critical thinker who can use the digital media in a wise way and discerning way, who can understand difference between the right from wrong, and who can discern correct information, truthful information to fake news, and also who can identify the trustworthy content from harmful contexts like terrorists and radicalizations. So our children can become the agency of changes who can make the future in a better world using technology while mitigating the cyber risk and infolution by themselves. Along the line, our team started to think about what are the core skill set that children must have. So we defined the digital intelligence, which is comprehensive set of skills that children need to learn and have in order to thrive in this digital world. These are the skill set for their future job readiness, but at the same time, this is a life skill for their well-being. Why DQ education is important, especially young children age 8 to 12. This age group of 8 to 12, you have to understand that this is a very unique generation. These are the first generation who are born and raised in digital world, very hyper connected. Our children, their life started actually before they're born. Their parents put their ultrasound photo in their Facebook without their children's consent, of course. And now iPhone and iPad becomes their nanny. So it is not very surprising to see children in the restaurant is facing not human being in front of the computers and devices. So by the time they reach around 10 years old, they spend about 10 hours per week on the internet, which is longer time than they spend with their parents. But the problem is that digital world is not that safe because our generation, basically parental generation, never experienced this hyperconnectivity when we grow up. So children are usually being online alone without much of guidance or education from teachers nor parents. We want to empower our children to become the master of technology who can take charge, take a command, and also manage to use digital technology and media for their own benefit and other people's benefit. We believe the starting point is a discernment, ability to think independently, critically, and with values such as respect, empathy, and integrity. So our mission is to ensure every child around the world who are connected to the internet, equip them with technical, social, and mental skills to be informed and discerning user of digital media and technology and become good digital citizens. So in order to tackle all this problem and also empower them with the right skills, we identify also 8 different dimensions, starting from the digital citizen identity. So children need to know how to define their identity online with integrity and how to manage them and how to use their identity as well. The second part is screen time management. And soon, there's a prediction there will be no more mobile and there will be a lot of virtual and augmented reality. So screen time management at this point is all the more important. They need to know how to balance online and offline life. Third thing is a cyberbullying management. Cyberbullying management is not just to be bullied and not to get bullied. It's also about how we communicate with others with empathy and compassion and with respect. So this teaches children about how to spot cyberbullying, how to deal with cyberbullying when they encounter, and how to stand up for others. The fourth is cybersecurity. Everybody has a device. Their data is precious. They need to know how to protect their device and data. And next one is digital empathy, broadly digital emotional intelligence. EQ, everybody thinks that this is one of the most important skills they need to have for the future, but digital EQ is all the more important because now children are communicate each other online without facing each other face to face. So how to read and how to connect with empathetic way in a digital space is enormously important. Digital footprint. This is a starting point of digital communication. They need to understand the nature of digital communication and what they leave online and how to manage into their digital reputation. And critical thinking. It is also comprehensive way to discern in multiple dimensions. First, how to do the fact check. So they know that they can discern away from fake news. Second, is about the content, what kind of content they use. So what is the right content and good content for them and what is the harmful content. And third is about what is a trustworthy people from untrustful people. These all have to get together because nowadays children get information while they're playing a game, while they're watching YouTube. So they need to have a holistic way to think about the critical thinking skill. Lastly, more importantly, privacy. Privacy is one of the biggest part of human right in the digital age. So starting with the privacy, understanding what it means to have the privacy, what is the personal data, how to keep it, and what is your right in the digital space to make sure that you have control over your data. Next question is how are we going to teach these digital skills to our children? While working with Singapore teachers, and Korean teachers and students, we found the 2 big issues in teaching digital citizenship skills to children. First, teachers are very busy. Digital citizenship is not necessarily math and science. It is important to equip schools and teachers with the right resources and right tools. And it is ideal if children can self-learn through the online resources and then make it into flip-based learning. So that is our first learning. Second learning is that we need assessment because there was no assessment to understand the level of digital citizenship. It was very hard for teachers to understand the current status of level of digital citizenship of children and their risk exposure so that they can move beyond. DQ World is an online solution that can solve these 2 issues at once. It is an online program that can help children to self-learn 8 topics of digital citizenship by themselves with the minimal support of teachers and parents. We are frontier in digital citizenship education, especially in the age group of 8 to 12. We are very grateful to receive the 2 UNESCO prizes and many other recognition for our frontiering effort. to empower children with digital citizenship. But what we are more proud of is that we are providing the holistic education for children. It is not just one episodic cybersecurity campaign. We want to empower everything together because we believe that they're interconnected skills together. And thirdly, it is very easy to use. Currently, the schools around the 104 countries voluntarily come and use our platform. That means it's very easy to use. You don't have to worry about all the manuals. It is very easy to use in schools. And all the resources are provided in our online platform. In Singapore, we work closely with Singaporean schools and teachers and conducted a research to find out the best way to educate children with digital citizenship. So number one, we developed a holistic framework and curriculum. And number two, we are using the transmedia strategy to providing the storytelling experience for children to learn about this DQ topic in a natural and intuitive way. Then lastly, when children conduct the all learning, we conduct the research behind the platform. We provide the real-time based assessment for the children, and we provide individual report for children, parents, as well as a school-based report for the teachers. And most importantly, our curriculum is a value-based. So we believe that without value, digital intelligence do not stand. People who believe in our program also believe in the value-based education. So how do you like to start? 3 easy steps. Go to dqworld.net and just register, especially if you are a teacher. If you want to use it for your class, just click the school and group, and you can create your own schools and class account. Second, have your children to start. And we have a 2-way to conduct this program, which I will introduce now. So one, if you want to actually utilize this program for your class, it can be done in 5 days. So we provide all the necessary worksheets and the PowerPoints and everything. So you can just use the online platform and resources that is included in the online platform. Second way, you don't want to involve, then it's fine. You can make it as a home-based learning. Then it can become a 4 weeks program. And also all the necessary documents related to 4 weeks program and guidelines are all included in the online platform. The key strength of DQ World is giving the evidence-based insight about your children and your students. What do we look at? So we look at the 5 different dimensions. The first dimension is, of course, DQ skills. So we look at the 8 different profiles of DQ skills, and we give the scores against the national average as well as the global average. Second part, we look at the personal strength, including global citizenship, self-regulations, empathy, and balance between online and offline realities and others. Because these are very important future competency and which we found closely linked with the digital skills. We look at the balanced use of technology and media, including how long your child is using the internet, screen time, digital ownership, and what kind of social media activity they do. And fourth, we're looking at also exposure of cyber risk. We're looking at the 6 different dimensions, starting with the offline meeting, exposure to violent content, online sexual behavior, cyberbullying, cyber victimizations, and addiction. And please remember, this report is not to condemn your child or rate your child. This is a report designed to support you and your child in your schools. We want to empower with the information and help you understand the strengths and weakness of digital strengths of your child, and you can support them to make it better. So please don't use this report to unplug your child from the internet or punish your child. for whatever misbehavior. Because last section is a parental mediation style. So you can check your parental mediation styles, as well as this, for if you're teachers, you can check how often you give the guidance to children about online safety and digital citizenship. At the end of the day, it's our responsibility to educate children in the right skills. If you want to see the more details of children's performance, you can have the premium report. And premium report will give the comprehensive understanding of each dimensions. So this is a snapshot that you can have, and you can understand where they stand and how you can improve better. We conducted a pilot study in 2016 in Singapore, and we found the result was very promising. And we're privileged to announce our result at the World Economic Forum in 2017 annual meeting at Davos. So I can summarize our efficacy in 3 ways. There was a significant improvement of DQ after DQ World Education. And high DQ is associated with the 3 different ways. The first is future ready. 2, make your child smarter. And 3rd, make your child become a safe and responsible digital citizen. When we look at the before and after improvement of DQ score, we found that an average of 92 to 103 improvement, which is about 14% of improvement. And I was very happy to see the whole distribution has moved to the right. That means we have hope to change our generation with empowerment of DQ. So what does it mean by 14% of improvement, about 10% of improvement? I can say minimize and maximize. What do we maximize? Maximize a future readiness. That includes personal strengths that we discussed, empathetic skills, self-control, global citizenship, critical thinking, problem-solving skills. In addition to that, we found that there's a significant correlation between academic excellency and DQ score. Now, what do we minimize? We minimize the cyber risky behavior. Children are smart when they know how to use the digital media in a right and safe way. When they know how to use digital media in a wise and safe and responsible way, they do it. So we found that 10% increment of DQ correspond around a 30% decrease in cyber risky behavior, which I believe that we want to empower children in a holistic way, because what we found is that all these skill set and personal strengths and responsible online behavior all interconnected. So let's empower children in a right and comprehensive way. So DQ Every Child aims to go every nations around the world, and our aim is to help your nation to raise DQ by 10%. In 2018, we are going to wrap up our study and publish the first Global DQ Index report in collaboration with the World Economic Forum and other international agencies. We started our global movement. We consider 2017 is our pilot year for the international movement. We collaborate with the Varkey Foundation. We announced our kickoff at the Global Teachers Prize in March in Dubai. And we're working with the various partners in more than 10 countries right now. And our this year initiative will be ended by November 30th. Our aim is 2020. By 2020, we want to reach out to more than at least 20 million children and empower them. That takes the village. So it is not just a teacher work, it is not just a parent's work. We have to work together to empower our children in the right way to thrive in this fourth industrial revolution age. Thank you very much. And if you have any question, feel free to contact us. We are here to support you in your schools and your nations. Thank you.